Wow. Prison food provider donates to keep marijuana illegal in Arizona by Abiashar Shapiro. IB Times. Now, the shady pool of anti-marijuana people are almost complete. Seems like we're missing like tobacco or something, but I'm going to read this copy because this is good stuff. A deep-pocketed coalition is spending big to keep marijuana illegal in Arizona. Drug companies, the Chamber of Commerce, the alcohol industry have together poured millions of dollars into the campaign to defeat Proposition 205, a ballot measure that would legalize marijuana for those over 21. And as an opinion polls show a tight race, another industry entered the fray. Prison food providers. Prison food providers. I guess they don't want to lose business or something. I guess they figure that people that smoke weed have the munchies or something. It's just disgusting. It's just so easy to see through the bullshit. So Service Groups of America, whose subsidiary Food Services of America sells meals to correctional facilities, they devoted $80,000 to defeat the measure in late September. The money flow was first revealed by Tom Angel, the chairman of the pro-legalization nonprofit Marijuana Majority. Arizona is one of 5 states, including California, Maine, Massachusetts, and Nevada, where marijuana legalization is on the ballot in November. With polls in Arizona showing a particularly tight race, money is pouring in from groups trying to tip the balance in the home stretch. I just seen a poll today that has marijuana looking more favorable in Arizona than had been previously polled and that had been previously expressed by mainstream media, and also the people behind the responsible drug, Arizonans for Responsible Drug Policy. They were caught putting out misinformation via expectations for the vote, And I mean, it is Arizona. They're right wing as hell. You would think that it's going to be a get them to the polls or it's not going to happen kind of situation. I think with the latest polls, it almost seems like just because of the presidential election and the people already going to vote, it's probably going to pass. But don't quote me on that. I'm not going to make predictions on this one yet. Like I said, Arizona is really where the battle is for the legalization of recreational marijuana. The most money on both sides have been raised, the anti and the pro. For example, the main anti-legalization group, Arizona for Responsible Drug Policy, has raised $2.7 million, $900,000 in the last 3 weeks alone. Pro-legalization groups raised more than $3 million, including over $100,000 last week from the company that makes Dr. Bronner's Magic Soap. On both sides of the issue, donors writing checks have business interest at stake. The legalization side is largely funded through the Marijuana Policy Project, which takes donations from dispensary owners and marijuana entrepreneurs. I wouldn't call that like conflict of interest style, invested interest style, like, whoa, we're gonna fall apart if this don't work out. But if you're on the other side, they literally feel threatened by marijuana being legalized, which is ridiculous. Marijuana Policy Project, they operate in all 50 states. And if this didn't work out and marijuana don't get passed, they're still going to be in Arizona and they're still going to be raising money. They're still going to be trying to get this done. So don't act like they're losing anything. They got anything at stake. And as far as I know, nobody's going to get rich quick off this. This ain't going to be some kind of takeover. I've read it, I've looked at it, I've seen what they're doing. The largest donor on the prohibition side was a drug maker, Incest Therapeutic. You remember them? I did a couple videos on them now. The only product they've had this year, the only product that they've sold this year, is a fentanyl mouth spray that is 50 to 800 times stronger than heroin. Whew, tell me that's safe for kids, and that's all they talk about we got to look out for the kids. We got to look out for the kids. We can't have this marijuana stuff being just everywhere and blah, 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 blah. Statistics are against you on underage people, unauthorized smoking of marijuana in places where it's been legalized for either medical or recreational for that matter. Colorado. They use Colorado and say that there's been an increase. and that Colorado has the most underage smoking. None of it's true. So anyway, Incest Therapeutic has also developed a synthetic marijuana product of its own, and you know it. And guess what they're going to do with that? They're going to try to, push that on kids. I guarantee it. It's for the kids. I promise you. In addition to a $500,000 donation from Incest Therapeutics, the Chamber of Commerce spent $498,000. The Chamber of Commerce, they stand to benefit from all these new businesses getting licenses and stuff. They get licensing fees and assessment fees and stuff. I don't understand what they're doing. The Arizona Wine and Spirits Wholesale Association devoted $10,000. That's what they're doing. Anyway, Service Group of America's donation seems to fit into that trend. About 20% of those incarcerated in Arizona are drug offenders. The company, which is privately owned, sells food services to a range of facilities, including schools, hospitals, and cruise ships. So to be fair, it's not clear what portion of the business involves prisons and jails, and even if it does involve like a certain percentage of their business involves that, how many of these places are actually located in Arizona? So I mean, if their motive wasn't to be like, hey, asses and cells, we need as many people in jail as possible so we can keep selling this food, yo. We got rice and beans for days. It's not quite clear what their motive would be if that wasn't it, Just Service Group of America. We provide food to big facilities, and just randomly we don't like marijuana. I don't know. That's just how we feel. Anyway, in 2013... you might have heard of these guys before. In fact, let me tell you why. Because they're pieces of fucking shit. Back in 2013, a jail in Montana that contracted with Food Service of America was at the center of a scandal after local reporters discovered that some days inmates were fed only 1,782 calories, far less than the recommended daily intake. I think I eat that when I'm having a snack, or I don't know, that's not very much, right? While pro-legalization groups have outraised their opponents, they spent most of the money collecting signatures to get the initiative on the ballot. Rightly so. Like, it takes a lot of money to pay people. If you got a volunteer army, you probably ain't going to get the signatures you need. Everybody knows that in the game. So over the course of the campaign, anti-marijuana groups outspent them 6-1, according to an analysis by ABC News Arizona affiliate. Flush with cash, Arizona's for Responsible Drug Policy has been running TV ads warning voters that the initiative would hurt the state's already functioning medical marijuana dispensaries. The fact-checking website PolitiFact rated these ads mostly false. I'm going to roast the whole fucking collection of these ads. Now, I live in Michigan, so fortunately I haven't had the pleasure of having to be inundated with these shits all day. There's a whole bunch of them. There's something like 14 of them, maybe 12 to 14, just 30-second ads. And then there's minute to 2 minute like promo spots where you have somebody that's somebody, and they get on there and they give their opinion as to why this should not be legalized for recreational use. And it's all bullshit, and it looks like someone passed out a script or a memo that just had some bullet points that each one of them kind of ran over here and there. So first I'm going to compile, I'm just going to take all them videos, and it's probably like, just if you wanted to watch them straight through, it would probably take a few minutes. So I'm probably going to split it up into a couple different clips. But I'm going to roast all these fucking commercials because all of them are full of just pure propaganda and lies. It's pure bullshit. They use statistics that are complete farce. They have paid lobbyists on their commercials talking shit, and it's just garbage. Like 100%, I would hate to live in Arizona and have to be punished and tortured by having to watch this shit every time I turn on a TV. Now, I haven't seen any of the pro-legalization commercials yet, but I hope that some of them are basically debunking the bullshit ones that the Responsible Drug Policy, Arizona for Drug Responsibility. Arizona for Responsible Drug Policy. They always got the safe names and the responsible names. Whenever you see that, you know it's right-wing bullshit. Just saying.